Welcome to Refresh everyone. Let's get started without wasting any time. First news is about Britannia. Experts have suggested FMCG major Britannia Industries Limited is expected to report a decline in its on-year net profit for the fourth quarter ended March 2022. Rising inflation in raw material has affected this growth number of the firm and it is likely to continue to impact its margin while grammage cut in price point packs. Next news about Euro. In the early trade on Monday, the euro edged a fraction following French election. The euro started higher at $1.0840, up 0.12% from Friday's close, but couldn't break far from a two-year low hit last week. The currency rallied 0.14% against sterling to 84.22 pence, hitting a three-week high in early trade. Next news about Elon Musk. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has said he plans to transform Twitter into a place of maximum fun after he acquires it for $44 billion and takes it private. Experts suggest Musk's first priority is to make Twitter a politically neutral square that allows as much free speech as each country's laws allow. This came after he admitted his plans to reshape Twitter could anger the political left. Next news is about Bitcoin. Mexico's Senate's building in the capital Mexico City became home to the 14 Bitcoin ATM in the country. The move hinted towards a further future interaction with the digital asset. Next news about South Korean factory. South Korea's factory activity speed up in April despite these cost pressures due to the Ukraine crisis and China's strict lockdown measures continue to weigh heavily on manufacturers. The S&P Global Purchasing Managers Index PMI improved to 52.1 in April from 51.2 in March. The value ranked above the 50 mark threshold for the 19th straight month. Next news about Amazon. A US NLRB official said Amazon objections to a landmark union election at a company warehouse in New York City explained a hearing that could overturn the result. It has accused the NLRB's Brooklyn's office of supporting the union drive and alleged that labor organizers threatened workers to vote in their favor. The officer said Amazon's evidence could overturn the elections. Next news about US Petroleum. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine and disruption of Russia's oil export, the United States has become a large net exporter of petroleum to help alleviate shortages in Europe and Asia. Although the country has emerged as the supplier of last resort, it cannot shoulder this role alone for long without sharply higher prices. The US exported almost 3 million barrels per day in mid-April. Next news about LIC. A Bloomberg report suggests that the Life Insurance Corporation of India's IPO has received bids from large investors for twice the size of the anchor book. The state-owned insurance behemoth will announce its anchor book of 56 billion rupees for India's largest public offering of 210 billion rupees tomorrow. Singapore's GIC PTE and Norway's Sovereign Wealth Fund are among the anchor investors of LIC. Next news about crypto. Democrat Senator Kristen Gillibrand along with the pro-crypto Senator Kathia Loomis have drafted a proposal exempting crypto capital gains of less than $600 from being taxed. The latest bill is expected to address the appropriate government oversight of crypto, stablecoins, and consumer protection. Loomis believes that most cryptocurrencies fall under the commodities category. Next news about Warren Buffett. Iconic investor Warren Buffett retired his stance against Bitcoin. He stressed that he would not buy all the Bitcoin supply in the world even if they were available for $25. Buffett retained that he cannot invest in cryptocurrencies as it lacks an intrinsic value. He further said that sectors like agriculture and real estate offer much more tangible return than investing in cryptos. Next news about Spicejet. A Spicejet aircraft traveling from Mumbai to Durgapur underwent severe turbulence. The unfortunate incident took place during the descent of the flight and caused injuries to a few passengers. However, the airlines offered immediate medical assistance to all injured passengers upon arrival in Durgapur. The untoward incident took place in the Spicejet Boeing B737 aircraft SG945. Next news about dollar and US stocks. Wall Street equities ended sharply lower on Friday and US dollar index tumbled from 20-year highs. Wall Street was majorly affected by the latest economic data and Amazon's disappointing quarterly report and outlook shifting the focus on the surging inflation. After data reflected monthly inflation surged by the most since 2005, the equities came under pressure. Next, news about Elon Musk and Warren Buffett. Elon Musk has mocked the legendary investor Warren Buffett as he expressed a negative feeling toward Bitcoin. Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway's vice chairman Charlie Munger both used the company's annual shareholder meeting to reiterate their negative feelings towards Bitcoin, which led to its price fall. To this, Musk expressed in a tweet, "Haha, he says Bitcoin so many times." Next, news about Berkshire Hathaway. The proposal to have an independent chair replace Warren Buffett has been rejected by the shareholders of Berkshire Hathaway on Sunday. This proposal also included his company disclosing more about its climate-related risk and efforts to improve diversity. With 6-1 margin, the shareholders support letting Buffett keep both the chairman and chief executive roles. Next, news about LPG cylinder. The LPG cylinder prices have been hiked from May 1. According to the report, the 19 kg LPG cylinder prices have been hiked by Rs 102 from Rs 2253. Each of the commercial LPG cylinders will now retail at Rs 2355.50 as against Rs 2253 earlier. The prices of the even 5 kg LPG cylinders have also been raised to Rs 655. Next, news about JP Morgan CEO. In an interview, JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon talked about cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin. In an interview, JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon talked about cryptocurrency including Bitcoin. He said he always says he doesn't particularly like it, but he defends your right to do it. He advised being very careful how much money one should put into it. Dimon, however, sees benefits in some parts of crypto, such as its technology, admitting that banking industry has its insufficiencies. Next, news about SEBI. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, is set to join India's account aggregates framework. The regulatory body is in process of implementation stage of joining account aggregate framework. Its chairperson Madhubai Puribuch announced on April 30 that it is exchanging data formats and applications programming interface API formats for its market participants. Next, news about Zerodha. The largest stockbroker in India, Zerodha, says his company delivered more than 50% growth in top and bottom line for financial year 22 on an already large base. The stockbroker attributed his growth to the ongoing liquidity-driven bull run. Its CEO Nitin Kamath said the shift to work from home increased savings, bull market volatility, IPOs, and India's tech led to significant growth in investors' base. Next, news about Xiaomi. Xiaomi Technology Private Limited, nearly 5,551 crore rupees have been seized by the Enforcement Directorate on Saturday under the provisions of the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. The amounts was seized from Xiaomi in connection with illegal outward remittances made by the company, said probe agencies. A summon notice to the company under the FEMA Act has also been issued to Xiaomi. Next, news about Qantas. Qantas Airways Limited is buying Airbus SE A350-1000 jets, which are capable of non-stop flights from Sydney to London. Qantas will announce this order on Monday as part of a deal with the European plane maker. The airline has started plans for the world's largest commercial flight over 5 years ago, but the pandemic has severely delayed its project sunrise. So that's it for today. If you like our video, please make sure to subscribe the channel. See you tomorrow.